Would you believe it that in the next 7 days we actually have two important events on the Jewish calendar? The first is Pesach Shaynee, the second Passover. And the second is Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day of the Omer. Let's talk about Lag BaOmer first. We count 49 days from the second night of Passover until Shavuot. But on the 33rd day, we actually have a celebration, because for the first 33 days, we have a partial mourning period, because it was during those days that, according to tradition, 24,000 students of Rabbi Akiva died. But also because it was on that day that, according to tradition, Rabbi Akiva ordained 5 rabbis that kept the process of ordination alive. It would have died otherwise. Also, we mark the anniversary of the death of Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, who was the author of the Zohar, the mystical interpretation of the Bible. So it's a day of great rejoicing, and people in Israel go out and they have bonfires, etc. But what about Pesach Shaynee, the second Passover? That actually begins on the 17th of May, tonight, and continues to tomorrow. And it's a makeup date for those in ancient times who missed the first Passover because they were in a state of ritual impurity or because they couldn't get to Jerusalem on time. But the question is, why does Passover have a makeup date? Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Shavuot don't have makeup dates. And that's because Passover is different from all the other holidays. All the other holidays commemorate an event that had occurred. We celebrate it. But Passover is a holiday that we celebrated before the event had actually occurred. The Jews in Egypt, before they were liberated, had their first Passover. So it actually represents not the celebration of liberation, but it marks the faith that the Jews had that they would be liberated. The Jews can live for 365 days in a year without marking the giving of the Torah, without repentance, or marking repentance, but they can't live without the faith. And that's why on the second month in Iyar, on the 14th, Jews celebrate the second Passover. So, happy second Passover and happy Lag BaOmer.